Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another championship prediction video with my mate, Ollie. I'm going to bring him in a second, but we're going to be talking about game week 15. We've done 15 of these videos, or we've done 14. We're about to do a 15th. Very, very exciting. If you haven't liked this video already, 30 seconds in, please do. We want to hit a like target, hopefully, of about 50, 60, something like that. Let's try and do that because, it's not our most watched video, is it, Ollie?
No, apparently not the last few weeks. I think there's been a downturn. I think what it is, the viewers were watching for when I was doing really well, and they're just a bit down about my recent performances, and they really want to get back into it when they see me storming up the league.
That is true, and you were right first time. You've not done very well recently, have you? So let's pop the results on the screen. Not as bad this week, but as you can see, your main man, Nick, took 9 points off this game week 14, and Ollie only took 8. And look at that, 2 correct results. If you wouldn't have got one of those, it could have been a different story.
It's looking at it, 2 perfect results. You think, oh, I'm in for a big week here. And I've just let myself down so badly. Like, I'm looking at that Watford prediction. My God, that's so bad. Couldn't have got it more wrong if I'd tried.
I know, mate, but there's been a few weird results in this one. So, like, the Norwich Preston game, that was crazy. There's been some weird ones. Wigan losing 3-1 at home to Cardiff. There's just been some weird results in this one.
Yeah, it's been a bad week. It was, we always say Championship, toughest league to predict, and that is proving true, particularly for me at the minute. But, we'll get back on it, I'm sure.
Well, a score of 8 and a score of 9, I think that's quite average, to be honest. I don't think we've had a terrible week. You had 2 perfect scores, which is brilliant for you. I'll pop up on screen right now the table. Viewers 121, myself 89, Beastly Ollie 84. So would you like to run through which viewers got top marks?
Yeah, the viewers, similar to us, really, across the board. They had a winner who did stand out. Peter Day got 10 points last week. That's a cracking effort from him. Also worth a shout out to our second placed Wayne Flint. I've seen him in the comments already. I know he likes calling me out as a Millwall fan, but he was fantastic last week. His 8 points, he matched me, and yeah, definitely worth a shout.
Fantastic. There we go. Well done, guys. Make sure when we put the fixture lists in the comments, in the description, make sure you give us your scores and your predictions because Ollie could be shouting you out next week. Now, let's get into it. So first game, we have Luton Town versus QPR, Ollie.
Yeah, interesting game. This obviously QPR are flying. I've seen, I'm going to say Yeshua in the comments, absolutely buzzing at the moment for his team. And he's right to do so because QPR have been brilliant. They're on fantastic form. I think they're unbeaten in 5. They've won 3 on the spin. They really are motoring up the league, joint on points now, up at the top of the league. But, they have had a couple of injuries. Chris Willock, I think, is out at the moment. I think that's really difficult for them. And Luton is such a tough place to go, even when you're on a brilliant run. Having the week off probably does benefit them. But I'm going to hedge my bets and I'm going to go for a Luton win.
There we go. And I've gone for a 1-1. Really close. We both think this is going to be a really close game. Now, the Rotherham United versus Huddersfield game. I also think this is going to be a close game, but I'll let you talk this one through, Ollie.
Completely agree, Nick. I think this is going to be a really close game. I think it's going to be a game of low margins. I'm not expecting this to be one for the neutrals. I think if you're a neutral and you're watching this, you've made some bad choices on your Saturday afternoon because this is not going to be one for the faint-hearted. It's a tough game to predict. 2 teams and the new managers. Huddersfield's new manager seems to have a little bit of a better start, but I think this is going to be a draw. I think Rotherham at home are still a tough team to go. And yeah, I think 1-1.
There we go, 1-1 on screen right now. I've gone for a cheeky little Rotherham win. And as I was making the graphics for this video, I saw how many away wins Ollie's gone for. So that's a little bit of a spoiler for you there, which... the thing is, Ollie, normally home advantage is a thing, but not for you in this game week. But like I say, we'll get there. I've gone for a Rotherham United win in that one. Next up, we've got Bristol City versus your favourite club, Millwall.
Yeah, and I am doing nothing at all to dispel the rumours that I am a closeted Millwall fan. I am, spoiler alert, going for them to win this game. You know, Bristol City have been in absolutely terrible form. They managed to get that win against Preston midweek, and that does make a difference. Obviously, that's going to really buoy them up, particularly with a last-minute winner. But there's something about them at the moment, and I'm not willing to get with them. They are a streaky team. Maybe this is the start of a winning run. But for me, I still think they're in a bit of a bad spot, and I think they're going to lose.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. A streaky team, and they're going to streak through with 3 goals. There you go. That was difficult to say. Next up, we've got Burnley versus Swansea. Now, the Swans are on fire at the moment.
Swansea are absolutely flying. I think it's 4 wins on the spin since we played them. And
Swansea flying?
Sorry, yeah, I know. I really could have committed better to that. 1 second. Swansea at flying. But no, I think they're on fantastic form at the minute. You know, Burnley have been trucking along really nicely. They're probably not in the position they want to be in. You know, they're getting too many draws at the moment, but they're not losing many games. However, you know, I think this is the week of away victories. I've been going, you made a comment, you alluded to it, and I'm going to have to commit. I've gone for Swansea to win this 3-2 in a great game.
Oh, it's one of them games where I think everybody in the world will say this is probably going to be a home win. Swansea have been good recently, and it could easily be an away win. It really could. This league throws out some incredible results. Anyway, here we go. Let's move on to the next one of Cardiff City versus Coventry City. A battle of the cities. What are you going for, Ollie?
Yeah, I really wish you'd not pointed out how many away wins I was going for, actually. Because
you didn't realise, did you?
Head now. I didn't realise quite how significantly I'd gone. I looked at each game on its own merit and I thought, oh, who do I think the likely winners are? And apparently, all the good teams are away from home. Coventry are bottom of the league. You know, they have really struggled so far this season, but they've been turning it around. They've been better since the international break. And I'm still not sold on Cardiff. You know, they've had a decent start. I think they've won the last 2. And so maybe they are turning it around under Hudson. But it's a tricky one. But I've gone for a Coventry win and another away team taking home the points.
Well, I've gone for the exact same scoreline, but the opposite way around. And me and JohnEgan.com are in agreement. Now, Borough versus Blackburn Rovers. JohnEgan.com, make sure you get this in the comments as quickly as possible because we could be 2 peas in a pod. Ollie, what have you gone for? Let me think.
I know. We know what I've gone for. It's becoming a meme already, and I've only been doing it for about 4 games. You know, Borough have had a really tough start. You know, Wilder has gone. We thought that with him having gone, they won that first game. Was that a sign of things to come? Really, really poor from them last weekend. Really poor result in defeat. And I just don't think they have got it turned around yet. You know, they are probably better at home. They can have a really raucous crowd there. But I think Blackburn, they don't draw. And so I think they're going to win this one.
There we go. And JohnEgan.com has gone for a Borough win.
Oh.
And I've gone for a draw. I forgot for a second then what I'd gone for. So, yeah, gone for a draw. Borough to get a point at home, which is not totally against the realms of possibility. Anyway, let's move on to Preston. Are they going to score a goal? Are they going to concede a goal? Let's see. Are you going to go on about the Erling Haaland thing right now?
No, because they've caught up a bit. So it's not as fun when Preston are catching up. We will do an update, and I'll make sure we've got a proper update coming once Haaland scored another hat-trick. I'm sure it's not that far away. So don't worry, Preston fans. I've not forgotten the game. But this is a really tough one to predict. You know, Preston have started having goals in their games. Obviously, lots of goals at the weekend. They had the last-minute defeat midweek. They're not a 0-0 team anymore. I want to, with all my heart, predict 0-0. I still think they're only going to draw, but I do think there's goals in this. I'm going to go 1-1 because Stoke found their shooting boots last week.
Yeah, even though Stoke did beat us, I'm still not massively convinced about Stoke. I think that anybody in the league other than Hull could have beaten us at the weekend because Hull can't beat anyone. I've gone for a 2-0 Preston win. That was one fantastic win over Norwich City. Away from home at the weekend. I'm just think they're going to ride this crest of a wave and they're going to ride it all the way to Reading versus West Brom now. So, mate, what's happening in this game?
It's a tricky one. Reading, have been on a fantastic run. They have started the season really, really well. Much better than anyone gave them credit for. And exactly the opposite has happened to West Brom. Everyone thought that these two teams effectively should just swap positions. That's what we all predicted. One at the top, one at the bottom, and we all had it the wrong way round. But with Steve Bruce gone, are they starting to get a little bit of luck in at West Bromwich Albion? A new manager, a little bit of a bounce, maybe just a little bit of variance falls on their side. But I just think there's something about that team that coming out of Steve Bruce really wanted to send a message. I think they can win this game. And it's really tough predicting teams that have changed their manager. And, well, this shows it because we couldn't be more different.
Yeah, exactly. Reading towards the top, picking up some good results recently. Like you say, it could go anywhere with West Brom, with Steve Bruce going. So let's see. Let's not talk about it too much. Let's now talk about our team, Sheffield United versus Blackpool. And at the moment, we've got a lot of injuries. We are not very good in either thirds, really. So what have you gone for in this game, mate?
Yeah, so I've spent the entire week predicting away wins. And spoiler alert, I haven't this time. United have been really struggling for injuries. They've been really struggling for performance level as well. But with some of those injuries potentially coming back, there's rumours that Anel could be on the pitch on Saturday. I just think that makes a massive difference. I think at Bramall Lane, United are a different proposition to what they are away from home. And I don't think that Blackpool are particularly good. Yes, that's going to bite me on the backside when we lose on Saturday. But I'm going 2-1 United.
Fair enough, mate. I've gone for a 1-0 Blades win. As you can see, I did flirt with going for a draw because I do still think we may struggle in this game. But at the same time, like you say, if we can get an L back, that is our biggest problem, the defence at the moment. And I do think that we're worried so much about the defence, we struggle going forward. Anyway, let's stop talking about the Blades because we're going to be talking about the Blades a lot more tomorrow at 7 for the match preview. Next, we will talk about Sunderland versus Wigan. And what do you make of this one, mate?
Two teams coming out of League One, they've both had pretty good starts, I would say, as well, to their life in the Championship. Sunderland, though, have been blighted by injuries, particularly to their attacking players. They've not won in 4 now, albeit getting lots of draws in that time. Whereas Wigan have just seemed a really good team away from home. They've really been relying on their away form. And so everybody knows where it's going. 1-0 to Wigan.
There we go. It's on screen right now. I've gone for a 2-0 Sunderland win. I've almost gone the exact opposite for every single game. I am such a kind of home advantage man as well. It's like when I ever put kind of accumulators on in the past, I've always gone for all home teams because I just don't trust away teams to get results, especially when the home team's behind them. So that's what I've gone for. Quickly looking in the comments, JohnEgan.com has gone for a big one, a 3-3 draw, which
everywhere
could easily happen. Let's move on now to Watford versus Norwich. Two crazy teams. Neither of them are playing too well at the moment. They both seem to be scoring goals, but also letting a lot of goals in too.
Yeah, lots of goals in both games for these two teams, especially since the international break. They seem to have gone a little bit crazy. Watford doing Watford things, sacking a manager, getting a new one in, and him not having a fantastic start. How long has he got? What do we think? November? If they haven't, picked up, he'll be gone in November. It's insane to see what they're doing. And to be honest, this is as tough a game as you can have for one of your very early ones at home. Norwich have been a great team. A shocking result last weekend, conceding 3 at Preston. That takes some doing. But I do think that they are still better than that performance level. And I think they're better than Watford, which is not something I would have said about a month ago. I'm going 2-1 to Norwich.
There we go. I've gone 3-2 Watford. It could be any scoreline this game. It really could. If Watford bring their shooting boots to this game, they could easily win this game. And again, home advantage rules for me. And finally, we have Hull City versus Birmingham City, another battle of the cities. There's many cities in the Championship and in England. Which city are you going to go for?
Everybody knows I'm going for Birmingham because they're the away team. Now, Birmingham have actually picked up some really good results the last few weeks. I think they've looked like a quality team. I was saying this, I was on with Gab Sutton the other day, and I was saying to him, the start of the season, everybody wrote Birmingham off. We all said, they're a team in chaos. There's nothing to come from them. You looked at the squad and you thought it was weak. I look at their squad now and it looks strong. Troy Deeney, Chong is a fantastic player in midfield. Partner him with Bielik, and that is a unbelievably strong midfield. Whereas Hull, are they going to have a manager in place? Are they just in crisis at the moment? Where are they actually looking to go? I think they're a team in trouble. You alluded to it earlier that they just don't look like a team that's going to win games at the minute. And so I'm leaning to Birmingham, and I'm leaning 3-1. I think it's going to be quite a convincing win.
Now, do you think I've gone for a home win or an away win?
Now, you have constantly been the exact opposite of me. You've had loads of home wins, but even you're not going to back Hull. You're going away win.
I've gone away win. I can't back Hull. I like I said, I alluded to it earlier. Hull City are just not winning games of football at the moment. They even lost to Huddersfield, and that is saying something. So, yeah, that's us all done. You've gone 3-1. I've gone 2-0. A 2-goal cushion for both of us. So we've got to be right, surely. Surely. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Make sure you put your predictions in the comments below. Even if you've been with us all the way through live, make sure you put them in the comments below, or Ollie won't give you a shout out next week. Thank you, Ollie.
Thank you very much, Nick.
And we will
have a good week.
I hope you don't. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.